story that Sunday morning. My wife had just gotten back from a 3-month deployment and wanted to go for a jog to clear her head. She wore simple running gear, nothing fancy, no insignia, just a woman out for a run in her own neighborhood. About 10 minutes into her jog, she stopped at our community park to stretch. That's when this guy in a tactical-looking vest approached her. He had a badge clipped to his belt, but not a real police badge. It was one of those self-appointed HOA security types. He looked the part, sunglasses, radio, and worst of all, a holstered firearm he clearly wasn't trained to handle. He told her she was trespassing on our own community property. She calmly explained she lived here, gave our address, and offered to show her ID if he'd relax. But instead of de-escalating, he escalated. He kept pressing, demanding she get on the ground because she wasn't complying fast enough. Then he reached for his weapon. Big mistake. Before he even got his hand fully on it, she had already stepped in, disarmed him, and had him on the ground in a restraint hold. She didn't hurt him, but she let him know, firmly, that she was active duty Delta Force, and that she knew exactly how to deal with threats. By then, a few neighbors had started recording. Someone called the actual police. When real law enforcement showed up, it was night and day. They knew who she was. Apparently, she's helped train some of them. They thanked her for staying calm and taking control without violence. The HOA guy? Turns out he wasn't authorized to carry a weapon. His security role was voluntary and strictly observational. He was arrested for brandishing a firearm and impersonating law enforcement. Moral of the story? Don't pull a aftermath. The HOA tried to quietly sweep the whole thing under the rug. They issued a vague statement about a misunderstanding involving a volunteer. But by then, the videos from the neighbors had gone semi-viral in local forums. People were furious, especially veterans and military families in the community who knew my wife personally. She wasn't interested in making a big scene, but I wasn't going to let it go. I went to the next HOA meeting. It was packed. People wanted answers. I stood up, introduced myself, and calmly laid out what happened. I didn't mention every detail, just the facts. An untrained, unauthorized man pulled a weapon on a resident, and it could have ended in tragedy if my wife wasn't who she is. That night, the board voted to dissolve the volunteer security program entirely. New bylaws were drafted banning armed patrols unless it's law enforcement. And the man? He's facing charges. Apparently, this wasn't his first time trying to play cop. As for my wife, she went back to her jogs like nothing happened. Cool as ice. That's just who she is. But now the whole neighborhood knows. Don't mess with the quiet woman in running shoes. She might just be the most dangerous person on the block, in the best way. Would you like a follow-up chapter with the guy's legal consequences, or maybe a twist, like him trying to retaliate?